On a recent walking tour with a young couple from Virginia, we were to start our tour in Chinatown on the corner of Bayard and Mott Street. But at that moment, I realized we were so close to the African burial ground and to 5 Points that I said, let's go over there. So that's exactly what we did. We zigzagged our way over to the African burial ground, which is this site right here. The African burial ground was discovered in 1991 by construction workers of this building here, the Federal Building. And it was discovered that over 400 skeleton remains were underground. If you would like more information about the African burial ground, please feel free to contact me at explorenewyorktours.com. Now, if you like Law and Order, I don't mean the political kind, but the TV show, this is the New York State Supreme Court right here, where the actors come up and down the steps all the time. Part of our zigzag took us back to 5 Points Corner. Remember the film that Martin Scorsese shot several years back about 5 Points? It was all about the Irish gangs who are fighting each other for territory in Lower Manhattan. Well, this is the corner of 5 Points right here. And right here behind me is the federal courthouse where Bernie Madoff, you know, the man who made off with about $65 billion worth of people's money, he was convicted right here behind me. And then we got back to Chinatown, which led us straight into Little Italy. Benvenuti a Little Italy. Welcome to Little Italy. We're right now on the corner of Mulberry and Hester Street. Little Italy is the area where many immigrants came from southern Italy at the turn of the century. And right here on the corner of Mulberry and Grand Street, right across the street, will be the new Italian-American Museum. Our next zigzag stop is at the Basilica of Old St. Patrick's Cathedral. This was the cathedral for the Irish community way back in the 19th century. And the cathedral was elevated to a basilica by Pope Benedict XVI in 2010. Well, here we are on our next zigzag stop in Soho. Soho is an acronym that means south of Houston. Houston being the street, not the city. And you can see right here some of the cobblestone streets. These are original to Soho. You have this beautiful cast iron architecture. It's in the French Renaissance style. Soho is known for its cast iron architecture. Next zigzag stop in front of what used to be the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. The factory was actually way up on the top 3 floors. In March of 1911, 146 women and children jumped to their deaths as a result of a fire that took place here. New York University, which is currently the campus here, some of the students were actually up there and helped some of the people to get out. We are in the famed Washington Square Park, and behind me is the Washington Square Arch, named for George Washington. Washington Square Park is also where many outdoor art shows take place during the year. Behind me you can see the beautiful fountain which attracts all kinds of people, musicians and artists. We're standing in front of the Stonewall Inn, which has become a national monument. Back in 1969, the riots broke out between the gay community and the police, sparking the gay liberation movement here in New York City. And in 2024, they will be opening a visitor center here. We've zigzagged our way all the way over to the Meatpacking District, better known as MEPA, which is an acronym for Meatpacking District. But if you look at the buildings here, you've got the overhangs that was where actually the meat carcasses actually hang from. One of the stores right across the street now is Diane von Furstenberg's shop, and she and her husband Barry Diller were responsible for developing this area. There was thought about demolishing the area, but the locals and the city got together and said, no, 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 no. We're going to keep the old architecture, the old overhangs, but we're going to transform it. Right over here is the famous High Line. The High Line was a rail track where trains used to deliver produce into some of the buildings here. There are no more trains left, But when the High Line was converted into an above-ground urban park, they left some of the tracks in there as a reminder of what it used to be. The High Line is about 1.5 miles long, and it runs from this area of Chelsea all the way up to 34th Street. And it is a wonderful walk with great views of the Hudson River. We're concluding our city snippet tour here at Little Island. Little Island is the newest addition to Manhattan Island. Little Island is actually made of 280 pilings that hold the weight of the park. Each piling is a different height because the park itself is built on hills. Well, folks, that's it for our city snippet, and I hope you enjoyed your tour. And please feel free to contact me at explorenewyorktours.com. See you next time.